So first of all, in the history of examinations, these are the longest examination. In the history of examination, these are the most real examinations in terms of the difference between what is happening in the exam simulation and what is happening in the real life. Okay, that is the reason why it changes. So it is very, very important that you prepare well. Those who write USMLE examination, first of all, have a clarity that they start thinking like a doctor. You cannot think anat as a different subject and pathology as a different subject. You need to correlate what you learn in anat, utilize the knowledge of pathology, utilize the knowledge of pharmacology, and try solving a patient case. That's how every question of USMLE is, and that's how the life is. No patient will come and tell you, I have an issue in my femur bone. They will not tell you, right? You have to depending on what kind of issues you have. So that is exactly what these exams are. They want you to use the knowledge and answer the things accordingly. All right. So let us quickly understand. Step 1 is an online exam. Step 2 CK is an online exam. The CS examination is currently cancelled. A new version is going to come up. This was a practical exam which was happening in America. Step 3 examination happens in America itself. Okay. So step 3 happens in America. Step 2 CS happens in America, but currently due to COVID, they have suspended the exam and they are coming up with a new version. Let's quickly understand the step 1 examination. So unlike your next examination, USML is divided. The step 1 has your first 2 years MBBS portion. So people prepare from first year and appear in third year. CK is final year portion. People appear in internship year. All right. More importantly, please understand this very, very clearly that these exams are all MCQ based but patient cases. Online exam, 7 blocks of 40 questions. What do I mean by that? In 1 hour, you get 40 questions to attempt. You can attempt question number 1, question number 32, question number 23. You can flip around. But once that 1 hour time gets over, you cannot come back to the previous block. In case of step 2 CK, 8 blocks of 38 questions. Okay, again 1 hour 38 questions. So here you have about 280 questions. Here you have 318 questions. All right. Step 1 8-hour exam. Step 2 CK 9-hour exam. Exam fee for step 1 is $1,100. Step 2 CK is $1,100. All right. When does the exam conducted? Exams are conducted every day throughout the year, Monday to Friday. So whenever you are ready, you can appear the examination. That is the beauty of this step 1 examination. All right. Now let's understand the scoring system. Okay. Unlike the Indian examination, it is not one right answer giving you 1 point. For step 1, step 2 CK and step 3, usually people get marks in a range of 140 to 280. That's a scale in which passing marks in step 1 is 194, step 2 CK is 209 and step 3 is 196. But a good score always is 240 and that is the target. And if anybody attempts the exam passes, they cannot improve the scores for 7 years. So if you pass, you only have 1 attempt. Please understand, if your 60% of answers are right, usually you pass. And if your 80 to 85% answers are right, that's when you get the desired score. Okay. So target is 240 in step 1, 240 in step 2 CK, 240 in step 3. Somebody was asking how many attempts. So if you fail, there are 3 more attempts. Okay. But please, these are expensive exams to fail. But yes, if somebody fails, 3 more attempts. So 1 attempt you appeared and 3 more attempts you get. But you can see these are expensive exams to fail. Okay. If you pass, you need to ensure you have a good score. Okay. From 2022, this exam of step 1, only step 1 becomes pass and a fail. Okay. Which means they will not release the 3-digit mark. Does that mean the exam becomes easy? No. Currently, step 1 pass rate is 80%. But once the exam becomes pass and a fail, this will become a little difficult. Okay. The passing criteria will increase. Okay. And more importantly, the difficulty level will increase. Okay. But currently, we don't know what exact the system. But yes, by 2022, this will be a pass and a fail. The step 2 CK still the target required will be 240. And step 3 also the target required will be 240. Okay. So please be very, very careful about this. Absolutely. Sunidhi, third year is the earliest where you can give it. You can give it later also. But usually Indian students, they prefer to give it in third year to save that many years after graduation. Please understand that. We will come to this very important point, when to study what. Typically what happens is at Moksha, we ensure that your career foundation becomes very strong. So people start the step 1 preparation from the first year because this exactly is the step 1 portion, So they prepare the same subjects in first, second, third year and add biochem, physio, patho, pharma, There's one extra subject called a behavioral science in USMLE, which is in lines with DSM and psychiatry, but American way. Okay. But so people, what they do is they prepare from first year so that first of all, concepts they are very strong. Secondly, in clinical rotation they get free rotations. They don't have to spend money during internship year for clinical rotation in America. Thirdly, if their concepts are stronger, it helps them do well in the next exam, because if your NAT is stronger, you will do well in clinical questions of surgery. If your physio, patho, microbio, pharmac is strong, you will do well in the clinical subjects of medicine. So which is why student at MOOCs prepare for next or USMLE burn from the first year itself. They have a clear-cut vision. Step 1, they give it in third year, and in the internship year, they give step 2 CK, step 2 CS. In fact, MOOCs helps you then for clinical rotation and residency match also. Usually, those who think after graduation spend 1 extra year only preparing for step 1, 1 extra year for CKCS, and 1 year for application. So they waste 3 years after graduation. So with things which can be done parallelly, we recommend doing parallelly. All right. Next question is from Nihal. Nihal is asking, is 2 for surgery? Absolutely. It is not that you should get 260. If you get 260, but if you don't have the right profile, it is not enough. So why are we so obsessed with 240? Let's understand that also. If anybody gets less than, let's say, 210, usually their USMLE dream is over. Somebody was asking, what if I don't get the design? Do I drop? First of all, planning has to be done. Secondly, this is a career decision making exams. I have consultants from big hospitals preparing for USMLE at the age of 35, 45 also. So first of all, you require patience. If you want fast results, then better pay crore rupees and buy a PG seat in India. But if you want a great career, you need to have a big or a stronger degree of patience. Okay, because it is a career decision. You need to plan things well. Anybody getting between 220 to 240 gets admission into family medicine, psychiatry, neurology, pediatrics. 240 plus medicine, 240 plus if you get, then you get into general surgery, you get into vascular surgery, radiology, ophthal, onco, ENT, and plastic surgery. So if you are hitting 240, more or less things are taken care of. All right. So that is why it is very, very important. Varun, you don't require Indian PSM. Okay. You require a subject called a behavioral science, which is a completely different subject in America, and that will be taught by the MOOCs faculty. Don't worry about that. You can appear the step 1 if you pass your second year. Okay, so people appear the step 1 exam in middle of third year or after the third year university.